Hello, my good people. Welcome and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is where we construct the stories on the YouTube streets. So, what's new today? What's new on the table is that Coco Mama is at it again, but let's leave that for future use. Do you know that yesterday was our boss's birthday? The boss of Clarice. Yes, it was Chalo's birthday. Happy birthday, Chalo. We love you and we treasure you. Thank you for supporting so many people. We treasure you so much. And so many people don't know Chalo because he's always behind the scenes. So let me explain to you all or tell you who is Chalo. Chalo is this young, hardworking man, a family man with a beautiful wife and two kids, a boy and a girl. So they met in the campus. So Chalo went in the campus to study for biochemistry. Yes, I know you don't believe me, but he went to school to study biochemistry. He's a sharp boy. When I tell you he's a sharp boy, he's a sharp boy. So they met there with Lynette in 2016 because I follow them too well. So I know them like they on top of like my hand. So Chalo met with Lynette in their early ages in university. For now, they have two kids and a beautiful house. The scenery is always magnificent. Oh yes, that's Chalo for you. We are happy for him. He has turned 1 year old. By the way, and those beautiful shots you always see on AVL, most of them are taken by Chalo. He's also a videographer. I don't think it's by career, but it's by practicing. But his career was to be a biochemistry. This boy is sharp, a clever boy, and he's a full-time YouTuber. So that's why when you mess with their workspace, they'll come for you because that is their full-time job. That's their office. YouTube is their office. You know, many people don't believe that YouTube can be someone's office or can be someone's job. Yes, YouTube is a full-time job. It pays. And I know that because we have seen what Chalo and Lynette have done with their YouTube earnings. So YouTube is a full-time job. And do you know that they didn't just get their views from nowhere, or they didn't make their house from nowhere? No, 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 no. In uni, Chalo used to sell newspapers. And afterwards, he started being an Uber driver. Even he sold second-hand clothes. He said that he used to go around selling second-hand trousers. So when you see their progress, their wins, I feel so happy for them because he's a hardworking man. He's not a lazy man. He has worked hard to be where he is. So we wish him a very happy birthday and congratulations for the 40K subscribers. And today I have a question for my elder sisters and my elder brothers, or my elder moms and my elder dads. So how do you do in your countries with with people who are younger than you? Do you mistreat them? Do you pull them down, or what do you do? Because here in Africa, an elder person is supposed to mentor the people behind them. Like for an older woman, she's supposed to mentor younger women, tell them what to do, how marriage is you're supposed to stay in your marriages, how you're supposed to take your day-to-day chores. But for Coco Mama, she's doing exactly the opposite thing. So I was wondering, how do you in your countries treat younger couples? Do you mistreat them? Do you try to pull them down? What do you exactly do? Or are you supposed to pull young couples down? Or are you supposed to encourage them to do better than they are? You know, in our culture, young girls respect older women so much. And it is supposed, for older women, they're supposed to behave accordingly for those younger girls to respect them. So if they don't behave the way they are supposed to behave, the young girls will never respect them. So for Coco Mama, she should respect herself and not get into other people's business, because Chalo and Lynette, They are not her business. She's supposed to mentor them and tell them congratulations for what they are doing, because they're fighting poverty. Do you know they are trying to get out of poverty? And they've managed to get out of it. So instead of bringing them down to poverty again, she's supposed to encourage them. If they had done wrong, hypothetically, she was supposed to make a video, because they don't live in the same country, and correct them. If she felt that Clarice was being paid peanuts, she could have come and said that this girl is being paid peanuts, just increase a certain amount of money for her to be comfortable, if she felt that. But for me, I know and I believe that she was paid fairly good amount of money, because they were paid, both of them, the husband and the wife. So that was fairly good money. So why couldn't she just come out and say what was the wrong thing in whatever Lynette was doing, instead of trashing everything? The intention was ill will. They had an ill will intention. You remember when she said that she doesn't want to react on Marwa, so she was looking for some drama for her to start reacting on. Now what she's doing is so wrong in all angles, trying to trash the whole family. She's coming now for the whole family. Last week she came for the two sisters. She tried telling us that Lynette duped the sisters, but I came up and gave you the evidence that Lynette never duped the sisters. In fact, one of the sisters lives a good life. They are opposite neighbors. And the other sister, she has a YouTube channel, and she said that she was monetized. And then she came after the small brother called Chacha. Now you see, she's trying to get into everyone's business, everybody that is connected to Lynette. Why is this? What did Lynette do to her? You know, I've tried to search for all evidence to see where they had, maybe they went to, they were at loggerheads, but I've not found any evidence. She's just bitter. Even if it's content, this content of hers is getting out of hand. She's coming even after the kids. Can you imagine the kids? That's the lowest point she can go. That's the lowest she can go. And coming out to tell us that, oh, Mama Chogo kids doesn't belong to Mama Chogo. Who do they belong to? Do they belong to her? And then she's saying that she suspects that Kasichana is not married to that man, that everything is scripted. Is it everything is scripted to her? Isn't what is right to her? Whose marriage is correct according to her view? Is it her marriage which is correct and all of us are wrong, and every marriage around Vipingo is scripted? If they went there in Vipingo to clearly rescue Clarice, why then all these side shows? So it beats the logic why they are bringing all these side shows. So you are supposed to, it's supposed to click into your head that they never went there to support Clarice. She went there with her own ill will. Masubo went there to buy a car. Coco Mama went there to build her friendship again with JT and Masubo. So everyone went there for their own benefit. And also she wanted to react on new people, because Marwa was trying to sue her, was telling her that one day she will sue her. So she was trying to find other people to react on. Not that she loves Clarice. People should understand this. And not that us who are telling you about what is happening that we hate Clarice. No. We don't hate her. You see, like for the past few days, we have not reacted on Clarice. And what have happened? They are not talking about what is happening on monetization. When we press on their buttons, they'll talk about it. So it's better for us to press on their buttons for them to talk, because if we don't, that channel will disappear like vapor. We won't see that channel again, and they won't come here to tell us what happened. Lynette will be taken advantage of. Please, if you open your eyes and see the thing that they want to do, you'll be very happy. All these side shows, they are trying to divert our attention. They are trying to divert our attention to Lynette, because they know kids. When you talk about kids, people will be angry and stop reacting and stop talking about the monetization. So what do you think? Do you think that they are trying to divert our attention, or do you think that they are being genuine? What's your take? Or should we start a campaign? Should we start a campaign with our t-shirts written all over? Operation monetize channel, Clarice channel. Or we write on it, Operation chasing away lazy gang. What should we write in our t-shirts for our campaign? We are supposed to start a new campaign for monetization purpose, for Clarice to be monetized. We should start a new campaign for the monetization. They will never run away with that channel, because I know they want to run away with the fans of that channel. They will never. My wish is that Clarice to be free, and for her to start earning, at least to feel the fruits of her labor. For her to know that money is good, and for her to know that being an employer, hey, is a hell of work, and it's a hectic thing, because she'll be up and down looking for what to cook, making recipes, and doing everything by herself. She'll come to tell us one day. She'll tell us. And for the donors, please don't give up. Don't listen to the lazy gang. Don't listen to the naysayers. You know for yourselves that they are lying. They are trying to bring negative things for you not to support Lynette. They think that you're supporting Lynette for her benefit, but you know the donors knows that Lynette is genuine, that she always, we can see, even us that we watch from behind, we can see that she's doing a perfect job. She's doing a marvelous job by the houses you're seeing, because her work is selling by itself. Just that is a direct translation. Kazi yake inajiuza. And what is this thing with Coco Mama trying to demean each and every YouTuber from Kenya who is a woman? Because as you can remember, she started with the wife of Dani, the Ghanaian man, Wodemaya. She started demeaning her from long time ago. Yeah, she's called Trudy. She started saying that Trudy is rude. Trudy seems to be arrogant. Trudy doesn't want to go to Ghana. But she never knew that Trudy was going a lot of so many things were happening to her life at that moment. But she kept on pressuring Trudy, because Trudy is a Kenyan. So what's up with her, with Kenyan girls? The other time it was African Tigress. Now it's Dimwango. It's who. What's up with her? She should go after the Nigerians or the people from those countries where she is. But she will never go after her own people from her own country or from Ghana, because they'll show her woto woto. I love it that Mama Chogo is trying to gain confidence. Now she's trying to be a camera woman. You can see now she's trying to be smiley. She's trying to laugh. But before she was always looking down, because maybe she was afraid of the camera. But sorry for that. We can tell that she's a calm woman. She is camera shy. Now she's trying to get used of the cameras. But the husband is not camera shy. You can see how he's moving. You can see how he's taking charge of the family. You can see how he's taking charge of everything. Taking charge of the construction site and coming back to the wife and taking charge of the kitchen for helping her. You see, that's what we call a man, a true man. A man who is supposed to give direction. Every man in the comment section, just tell me, do you love your women more masculine, or do you love your women more feminine? For me, I think that most of the men love their men in their feminine nature. Because when you are in your feminine, you behave like a kid for you to be taken care of. So Mama Chogo, I see that in Mama Chogo. She's so feminine, and her husband is taking charge because she's bringing her feminine nature. For me, I think that James doesn't bring his masculinity, because Clarice is more masculine. Her nature is more masculine. She's more masculine. Her nature is masculine, because she's always bossy. You can tell by how she talks to her husband, the way she commands the husband. But for wives, we are supposed to submit. But submission doesn't mean being demeaned, no. It means that you let your husband talk, or he let you talk. You go one by one, not talking over your husband or your husband talking over you. So I think Clarice is more masculine. And by masculine, I don't mean that physically. You can see that she's not that, but she doesn't have muscles. By masculine, I mean that her nature is more of manly than the husband. The husband is always dragging himself, talking slowly. So she always talks over because the husband always drags himself. Sorry. So our men, tell us, what do you love in women? Do you love your women being masculine? Do you love them talking over you? Do you love you being masculine in the relationship? Or do you love being feminine? What do you love? How do you feel comfortable in your relationship? And today I have so many questions. The other question I was asking myself is that, do you believe or do you think that the grandma still lives with Clarice? Because I know for a fact she never even slept in that house. I know African, not even African, Kenyan old women. They don't love living or sleeping in their son's house. If their house is just near, maybe if they live far, they can come for a few days and visit and go back. But naturally, they love staying in their own homes, their matrimonial homes. So they took us for a ride, telling us that she's staying with Clarice, and we know that they don't get along with Clarice. So do you think that she still lives there, or she went back to the house? Because never a woman in her age will never leave her matrimonial house because of the kids. They made a video and she went back and slept in her house. That one I'm sure of. She can't sleep on a chair just when her house is there and the bed is there because because of Lynette. No, she'll never do that. For that I'm sure of. And if you want to know the person who scripted all those lies about grandma, just look around among the destroyers, among those naysayers, among those lazy gang, who is benefiting more? The person who is benefiting more was the script writer of those lies. And you know by yourselves who is benefiting more in those lies. As we say, if you want to know the owner of a dog, just hit the dog and you'll know the owner. Now for this scenario, if you want to know the writer of the script, just look around and see who benefited more from those scripts, so you'll know the owner of that shenanigan. Okay, my people, until next time, let's meet on the next video. Please remember to subscribe so that we can reach to 1,000 subscribers. Until next time, ciao.